it's also to help people understand whenever they start to go through certain changes in their lives and they decide like, I think I want to do this a little bit different, or I feel as if I'm called to do something a little bit different. I know I'm different from my friends. I know I'm not like everybody else. All of those different things. It's like, it gets confusing sometimes. Like, okay, so like, what do I do with that information? Like, what does that mean for me? Like, what do I do with this calling? What do I do with this crown, right? And for that, I am here. I am here. She has arrived, right? So I'm basically here to help people understand what it is that is going on whenever they're going through a spiritual awakening, how important it is for you to embrace your spirituality, and how important it is to realize that I have a unique purpose here on this planet, in this earth, and push you guys forward, push you guys into embracing your assignment, right? Now, it's going to be hard and it's going to be difficult at times, right? But really, we should be doing, oh my goodness, we should be doing what we love. We should be doing the things that bring us enjoyment, bring us satisfaction, all of that cool stuff, right? But in doing that, whenever you are someone who stands out and who is different, you have to also understand that the way that I do what it is that I do has to be in a way that is uplifting, if that's really what I am here to do. If I'm really here to be positive and spread positivity, what exactly does that look like on all fronts, right? And it doesn't necessarily require us to be different from who it is that we are. We're not fake as we try to as we start to kind of like change and kind of like morph into a higher vibrational being. We're not fake, right? But we are understanding that I got something to do, right? I have an assignment that I must fulfill, so I can't be like everybody else that is around me, right? And even though I may be around the same people, I may go to the same places, like my intentions and my motives for why it is that I do the things that I do, act the way that I act, create the things that I create, push the things that I push, it has to be backed by something that is higher than myself, right? Because we all want to be known for something. We all want to be popular on social media these days. We all want to have the most views and the most likes and all of that kind of stuff. But you want to ask yourself, if you are resonating with being someone that is chosen and different, you want to ask yourself, okay, but what am I doing this for? Why do I want people to see me? Why do I want people to know my name? Who do I want people to remember me for? By? Who do I want people to remember me by, right? No, what things do I want people to remember me by, right? And as we start to ask ourselves certain questions about, well, what's my motive? Like, what's my motive? What's my intention for the things that I do? That is what gives us purpose in life, right? Because we all have a different purpose. We all have something different that we're supposed to do. We all have different gifts. We're all here to display our gifts in a different way. But what really taps us into aligning with our higher selves, and what really taps us into aligning with having a greater purpose overall, is when we examine what our motives are and what our intentions are. And that's not something that everyone is doing these days. Like, everybody's just living the way that they want to live. Everybody's just doing whatever it is that they're big enough and bad enough and able to do. But those of us that know that heavy is the head that wears the crown, we know that that crown is heavy, because I no longer can just do any and everything that I want to do without first taking the time to ask myself, why am I doing the things that I'm doing? What energy am I pushing? Am I pushing something positive? Am I making people feel good? Am I making people feel good about themselves? Am I making people feel motivated? Like, am I making people feel like, you know what, against all odds, you could do it, like you could be triumphant? those are the things that those of us that are chosen, or those of us that resonate with the fact that we are a divine masculine or a divine feminine, those are the things that we are considering. It will require us to step away from certain people, step away from our friend group, step away from even people that at one point in time, like, we were really close to these people. Like, sometimes we have to understand that, like, even those that have always been close to us, there's going to be a time that there is going to be a level of separation, because sometimes people don't always give us the best advice, right? And then sometimes people cannot give us advice because what it is that we have to do is so important that not a lot of people can relate to why we have to do things that we do a certain way. We're not changing ourselves. We're not being anything different than who it is that we really are. We're still being authentic, but we're being mindful and we're being conscious of the things that we do and how it is that we do it, and what energy are we pushing. Am I making people feel better? Am I making people feel motivated? Am I making people feel happy? What exactly is my intention? What's my motivation, right?